Let's execute an immediate, high-gear tactical vector shift back to the lethal, calculation-heavy tracking grids of high-stakes Fae monarchies, stolen ancestral artifacts, and terminal romantic tension. We are crossing the threshold directly into the shimmering, perilous realms of Uranus with Tale of the Heart Queen, the exceptional, rapid-pulsing fourth milestone entry that serves as the spectacular concluding deployment for the globally viral Artefacts of Ouranos series by the reigning sovereign of modern fantasy romance, Nisha J. Tuli. This final operation delivers a thrilling, deeply strategic exploration of royal bloodline coups, weaponized magical trials, and fated mating alignments colliding at terminal velocity. Let's lay out the strategic narrative grid. If you are a fan of high-frequency enemies-to-lovers romantic fantasy thrillers where a resilient, self-made female protagonist must navigate a treacherous labyrinth of corrupted high-fate courts, shifting divine contracts, and multi-realm wars while running an aggressive survival loop to reclaim her rightful throne, where an analytical mind uses deep tactical profiling, ancient magical mechanics, and profound emotional stamina to outmaneuver immortal monarchs, and where the author utilizes an incandescent from the dungeons to the crown diagnostic routine to test our hero's structural survival perimeters, this book is engineered to lock you in. Tuli completely dominates the Fae court noir dynamic, capturing the heart-racing emotional momentum, intense physical friction, and dazzling sensory magic popularized by genre vanguards like Sarah J. Maas, Carissa Broadbent, Raven Kennedy, and Jennifer L. Armentrout, while treating magical artifact tracking, continental army logistics, and alpha protective matrices with absolute technical mastery. The narrative tracking grid zeroes in on our core protagonist axis, Lore Avery. She is the ultimate blueprint of defensive resilience, a former mortal prison survivor who has systematically shattered every calculation-heavy trap the Fae realms could throw at her. Her daily workspace has evolved from the filth of the Nostraza gulags to the glittering, deadly marble halls of the high Fae courts. Her internal defensive mechanisms are locked down tight behind a layer of absolute defiance, her entire analytical focus strictly consumed by mastering her newly awakened elemental powers, parsing ancient prophecies, and guarding her heart from the devastating vulnerabilities of a war that spans across multiple magical domains. The spark ignites as the overarching Uranus conflict enters its final terminal phase. The official diagnostic metrics of the realms indicate a total systemic escalation. The tyrannical King Atlas and his deceptive court factions are executing a final tracking purge to eliminate all resistance and consolidate absolute control over the magical artifacts. Lore's active scanning perimeter registers that standard diplomatic parameters are entirely offline. To save the people she loves and secure the future of the realm, she must officially step into her identity as the true Heart Queen, initiating a high-stakes counteroffensive alongside her fated match, the fierce and protective Prince Nadir of the Night Court. The tactical parameters instantly explode into a full-scale inter-realm war as Lore and Nadir rally their remaining alliance networks. Our veteran heroine transforms into a fiercely realistic, entirely pragmatic sovereign asset, deploying her raw survival tradecraft, combat profiling skills, and magical stamina to break the enemy's fortified strongholds. When deceptive Fae alignments, ancient monstrous entities, and calculation-heavy magical curses launch aggressive countermeasures to breach her defensive buffer, Lore's survival instincts engage their final deployment tracks. Every midnight strategy war room, every silent execution of a high-altitude magical infiltration vector, and every intense moment of channeling her raw power to protect her pack chips away at her reliance on standard defensive frameworks. What follows is an exceptional high-stakes war of perspective, tactical court maneuvering, and raw human grit. We watch the deep secrets of Uranus completely unwrapped as Tuli reveals that the true victory requires more than just defeating a tyrant. It demands a total system rewrite of the Fae hierarchy itself. While Lore and Nadir smooth over each other's tactical and emotional blind spots with devastating analytical force, a brutal series of palace confrontations shifts the tracking clock into its final phase. To survive the impending locked grid trap, unlock the final mystery of the artifacts, and claim her throne, our resilient heroine must unleash an absolute, unyielding defense of her kingdom. It is an epic romantic fantasy, Fae rebellion suspense, court intrigue action, high-velocity fated mates masterpiece that treats deep magical logistics and intense emotional friction with elite precision. The tension here burns with a sharp, calculation-heavy intensity. We are talking about that high-frequency, one failed spell means the extinction of a bloodline energy, where a sudden shift in a Fae Lord's scent profile, an unexpected betrayal during a delicate treaty negotiation, or a heavy, possessive realization that the enemy has targeted your fated mate carries massive structural weight. Tuli writes with an exceptionally fresh, vivid, and beautifully blunt voice, perfectly capturing the cold, metallic hum of enchanted weapons, the oppressive, heavy atmosphere of a besieged palace, and the distinct, subtle scent of crisp night air, dark starlight, fresh blood, and pure, unadulterated suspense. What truly elevates this epic series finale into elite territory is the author's unmatched ability to balance realistic world economics and intricate magical lore alongside a breathtaking narrative pace and deep emotional hooks. Our protagonist doesn't rely on unbelievable, superficial Hollywood superhero action tropes. Her immense situational intelligence, strategic patience, and profound survival instincts match the complexity of the chaotic fantasy underworld she dominates step by step, making her choices to risk everything feel profoundly authentic and deeply gripping. The pacing moves with calculated momentum, tracking intense conversational standoffs and breathtaking forensic breakthroughs before ratcheting up to an absolute, jaw-dropping final showdown that delivers total, hard-earned closure to her horizon. Tale of the Heart Queen is the definitive pro-level upgrade your high-stakes fantasy suspense and contemporary dark romantic fiction library demands right now. It is elegant, immensely fast-paced, and utterly unput-abound. It proves that when your entire realm is targeted by a cold, calculating institutional monster, the most revolutionary play you can execute is to lock your perimeters, trust your mate, and fight like hell to claim your crown. So, secure your personal reading sanctuary, review your emotional defensive perimeters, open your Kindle, and prepare to track the Queen.